was 9 years old, my mother had the good idea to put a vinyl of this Beethoven violin concerto. And we never have much music going on at the house. And I listened to this guy, and I remember I was 9 years old, and I felt intensely in love with this person, yeah, really. My mother put that, and all my brothers didn't give a damn, you know, but I was just captivated by the sound. And it was Mr. Menuhin playing with Furtwängler, the Beethoven violin concerto. So that was like my first encounter with Mr. Menuhin's sound. I mean, the deepness, the quality, the naturalness of the phrasing, the warmth makes you believe that this guy's got to be somebody special, you know. And so since I was 9 years old, I always worshipped this fellow. And my mother bought me a book of Mr. Menuhin that I still have, actually. And there's something that I cherish more than anything else in the world. This little book, written by Robert Magidov, that was his name. And that was the story of Mr. Menuhin. I don't know if you have recollection of your memory as a kid, as a book that's going to drive you all the way through your life. There's always a book that you love. And so that was a book, that was the special book when I was a kid. And we didn't have YouTube, of course. We didn't have any ways to find out who was this person really, and how does he sound, what is he like, you know? And so I read the book, and the book started falling apart. And for the next Christmas, my mother and my grandmother had this book rebinded. And so they put a nice little leather thing on it. And it's Yehudi Menuhin, you know, and it was, oh my God, great Christmas present, you know. And I realized that with the music, I was influenced by people, of course, by the old generation, not the young generation much, but the old generation, yes. And so that's what I was doing. I was listening to all of the old, and how do they do it? How do they do it with the vibrato? How do they get the old sound? And so this book was with me since I was 9 years old. And then I went to the Nice symphony concert. I'm from Nice, you know, that's where I grew up. And Mr. Menuhin was playing, and that was it. I'm going to go to listen to Mr. Menuhin. And I brought my book with me, and I went and put a tie. The first tie, I had to put a tie to go to a concert. All my brothers was making fun of me because I was wearing a tie, and they know me, you know. And I remember I saw that little man coming on stage, and I was like, oh. And he was playing Mendelssohn in minor. And then after that, I went to see him, you know, and I could not get him backstage. And so I waited until his limousine came over. And then I knocked on the door. I said, please give me an autograph. And he gave me an autograph from that book. It was in '76. Like I said, I never practiced when I was a kid. And I really started practicing when I was probably when I wanted to meet Mr. Menuhin. And the only competition that I've done was this Yehudi Menuhin competition in Paris a long time ago. I had to memorize things, you know. And I didn't know that I could do it, which was funny, because all of a sudden I could play all these... And then I decided to go and meet him personally and play for him at the competition. So I've never done any competition. And so I started to learn the Tchaikovsky violin concerto, the Bartók sonatas, and I didn't have any drive, you know. And so I took myself by the hand and I went by myself. And I did, and I finally met him. And he gave me a prize, and I was so, and, just crazy about, oh my God, I'm going to see him. And that's the beginning of the love for this gentleman and love for the music.